Test. You guys hear me?
I have nothing. I have something now.
That would be the difference in everything that we do. Nothing.
Test.
That's better.
How's that?
That's better.
Well, it's Friday night, and that means high school football from Municipal Stadium and Larry Kelly Field in beautiful Daytona Beach. Tonight's game should be a good one. It's the American Heritage Patriots, ranked number 2 in Class 5A, taking on 6A's number 1 team, the Mainland Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. I'm Billy Hagan, along with Steve Allen and Rocky Yoakum. Coaches, I haven't been this excited about a game since 9-0 Spruce Creek traveled to play 8-0 Smyrna Beach in 1999. That was the time when both schools were looking to become Volusia County's first undefeated regular season team, and unfortunately, the Barracudas defeated the Hawks in the game that people still talk about today, Coach Yoakum.
Well, it was a great football game. We came out on the wrong end of it. Thanks for bringing it up.
All right, well, let's talk about tonight's game. Coach Allen, American Heritage is not new to big games. They've already played on ESPN, and their schedule reads like a virtual who's who of Florida high school teams. I'm guessing the Patriots are going to bring all that they have tonight.
Yeah, you can just already tell just the atmosphere and warm-ups. They got out early and they've warmed up, and they're not going to be intimidated. You know, Bill, they've got 6 teams on their schedule whose programs have won state championships in their history, and that's just incredible what they're going to have to face week in and week out. So this is no new territory for them. They're not going to be intimidated, and they are no stranger, as you said, to the big stage. And for them, this is probably actually seeming like a small stage, to be honest. And it's a big benefit when you're coaching a team.
You know, Coach Allen, these guys are pretty fortunate. Not only does their schedule read like a who's who, but you look at their coaching staff as well. There's former NFL players all over the place. Their head coach, Mike Rump, a former Miami Hurricane, was a first-round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers in 2002, and it just goes on from there.
Yeah, I've got a lot of memories, having been in South Florida, a lot of memories of these guys. You know, Mike Rump, I remember a big game with Courtney Brown and LeVar Arrington when Penn State came to Miami, and he gave up actually a big touchdown pass that hurt UM in that game, and nobody liked Coach Rump, but 16-2 in the last 2 years, they like him at American Heritage.
They love him at American
And Darryl Porter, I played at St. Thomas Aquinas. I actually coached against him in a regional championship game when I was at Deerfield Beach, so I've known Darryl since he was a young man. Rondé Gatson, are you kidding me? I mean, like you said, it's who's who. But unfortunately for American Heritage, they don't get to play. They only get to coach tonight. So the players that are going to have to get it done are the McFaddens and the Snelsons and the Pughs and the Gibsons. And, those are the guys that they're going to rely on tonight. And they got plenty of those guys, too.
No doubt. Coach Yoakum, Mainland High School has been dominant over the years, as we all know. We'll get to them in a minute. Let's pause now for the playing of the national anthem. was the marching band from Mainland High School playing this evening's national anthem. Coach Oakham, as I was saying, Mainland has been so dominant over the years, as we all know. They, like American Heritage, don't shy away from anyone. Ironically, they've scored 199 points this year, only giving up 9, but I'm sure we can expect the Bucks to give up a few more points tonight, or is that probably not going to happen?
Well, you never know. This is the kind of game everybody would love to watch and be a part of. There's probably more Division I players on this field tonight than there are in just about any game around the state, I would guess. I would say there's anywhere between 12 and 15 Division I players going to play tonight, which is great fun. Defense from Mainland has been awesome for years. They've given up 9 points this year, as you said, and scored about 50 points a game. It'll be interesting to see how their linebackers play tonight. I know their D-line is going to be outstanding, and their secondary has some great speed in it. Linebackers are both new this year, and this will probably be their first real test for the season. So we look for Mainland's defense to hold up and be a strong defense. Maybe we'll see Mainland on the punt team instead of the punt return team all the time tonight. But excitement, as a coach, you couldn't wish for a better thing than to be a part of a football game like tonight.
Well, as you both alluded to, they both of these teams have a plethora of talent. Coach Allen, the Patriots, everyone knows about the Gibsons and the McFaddens and who's ranked where and nationally ranked for that matter. But
right.
My understanding is that there are a few other guys, some of the unsung heroes as well.
Yeah, in talking to their staff, before the game, we always try to find out about some of the guys that everybody doesn't know about. And guys like Nick Pert, number 9, he's a DB and runs 4.4. They're real high on him, and they just are trying to get him some looks. Andre Jumper, 6'1" defensive end who's 240 pounds, is another one of those guys. Anthony Neslett, 6'2", 275, and he is also a defensive lineman. Offensive line-wise, Keith Seymour, Noah Bringus, TJ Slayton. These guys they have the look of a college team, and they are not hurting for skill or size. As I look at this roster, I see 10-plus guys who are 250 pounds or bigger, and that's pretty formidable at any level in high school.
Sure. And Coach Oakham, Mainland, they're not going to be shy on talent by any stretch.
No, they're not going to be big on defense, but they're going to run very, very well, and I think they're very well coached to have been for many years here, and I think Mainland's defense has been there to hold up their team when maybe their offense has not fared as well as people might expect. The skill level, the skill players at Mainland High School are young kids. Denzel Houston, the quarterback's a sophomore. Adrian Killens, running back, sophomore. The leading receiver in the area is a junior. And then they list 2 defensive linemen as Division I offers and 2 defensive backs as Division I offers. So got a lot of young and senior talent on the Mainland team on both sides of the ball. As good as the talent is, I still think it'll come down to 2 things: the kicking game and those turnovers. So we'll see how those things play out tonight.
Hopefully it won't come down to the officiating. One thing is for sure, we can expect to see some of the best football the state has to offer tonight. As the captains get ready to meet, there are some other games going on in the area. Coach Allen, 0-4. Atlantic travels to 1-2 Pine Ridge.
Well, Atlantic has faced a tough coaching situation, and they are 0-4. They've been in every one of those ball games, and just from an outsider looking in, it would seem that their kids are battling and they're fighting, and they're trying to respond. And maybe tonight they've drawn a matchup in which that they can come out victorious. But that should be a good matchup. Coach
Oakham, Spruce Creek 2-1 travels to DeLand. It's a District 2 8A game. Spruce Creek is coming off its bye week. 2 weeks ago they went to Texas to play in DeLand. Lost last week to the district opponent Lake Mary. Their only win coming against Seabreeze.
Well, I think Spruce Creek can feel really good about themselves if they can win this ball game tonight. People have been talking about the turnaround that Coach Price has accomplished down there and how things are going well. And I think if they can step up and play well against DeLand tonight, they'll have something realistic to hang that hat on.
Coach Allen, Melbourne Central Catholic travels north on 95 at 2-1 to take on your favorite Father Lopez Fighting Green Wave.
Yeah, the Green Wave come a long way, and Coach Dunlap's done a good job, but they got their work cut out for them. Melbourne Central Catholic, between those guys and Clearwater Central Catholic and Trinity Catholic and Jacksonville Trinity. Those were the 4 best teams in 3A last year, and we happened to have the fate to end up against one of those, and I saw the other against one of our opponents in a live scout, and all quite sporty. So Father Lopez will absolutely have their hands full tonight.
Coach Oakham, Flagler Palm Coast, they go to New Smyrna Beach. Flagler 3-1, New Smyrna Beach 0-4. That's just not like New Smyrna Beach as of late.
Well, it's kind of a surprise that New Smyrna Beach hasn't gotten a win column this year. I know they've got, again, some talented Division I players down there, and when you have those kind of kids, you need to be careful about talking about how good they are, because people expect you to win when you have them.
No doubt.
So, I'm going to pick Palm Coast here tonight. It is at New Smyrna Beach, but I think Palm Coast will get it done.
Coach Allen, you have an update with the Matanzas at Titusville game.
Yeah, they've called that game. I think Bob Nacella, the athletic director up there, has called that game because he felt like they had a safety issue. And the states come back, and they're going to make them play that game on Monday, which that puts Matanzas in a bad spot, because now they're going to have to turn around and play a district game on 4 days or really 3 days work. And, sometimes when those decisions are made, they're made with the interest of the kids, and that is the right thing to do, but it's not always in the best interest of the team and their prospects down the road.
Coach Oakham? No doubt. Coach Oakham, Harvest Community, Taylor?
Harvest Community, Taylor, don't know anything about Harvest Community. Taylor's been down over the past few years, and hopefully they'll have a good football game and win here in Volusia County.
That leaves one game to discuss this evening. That'll be Lake Highland Prep at 0-3, playing the 2-1 Warner Christian Academy.
Yeah, Lake Highland Prep has fallen on hard times. They're not nearly, I know when we went over there last year at Warner, they weren't nearly what they were at one point under Coach Borkey. Don't seem to be getting some of those kids in. I look for Warner to win this football game going away. They seem like they got themselves kind of righted after the first loss to Father Lopez since 2003, the week before. So it looks like Coach Mayo may have them going in the right direction, and I look for them to win big over Lake Highland.
Last night, Seabreeze lost to Bartram Trail 15-10. We brought you that game here. It was a very exciting game. Congratulations to Coach Sutherland from Bartram Trail, earning his 100th win. University stays hot. They defeated Haggerty 23-21. Freshman sensation Lorenzo Lingard scored 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving before leaving the game with a shoulder injury. He has at least 1 touchdown in all 5 games this season. They play over in Orange City, guys, but this kid's pretty special.
Sounds like he's one fine football player, and as I read today's paper, they think he could be back next week. So hopefully he will return and continue on. I hope that we have an opportunity to see this team play at some point, even in the playoffs at the end of the year.
Halifax Academy lost to St. Joseph Academy 27-0.
And I was spot on that call, picking Halifax Academy to win.
Look at you. There he is, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the booth tonight is Chris Berman. Mainland won the toss. They chose to defer. American Heritage will receive. They will defend the west side of the field. When we come back, it'll be the kickoff between the Patriots and the Buccaneers. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium and Larry Kelly Field. Billy Hagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum, the Dean. Well, guys, we just saw both teams come out. Let's get some quick final thoughts. Coach Yoakum.
The hair is standing up on my arms. I'm excited about this. I love walking by football players and looking in their eyes just before a game like this. You used to be able, you could tell if kids are ready to play or not. I don't know if that's true anymore, but I think these two football teams are ready to play tonight.
Coach Allen?
The DBs for Mainland are going to have to handle, they're just going to have to handle those Johnson and Snelson, the wideouts, limit their yards after catch, limit the big plays. The D-line is going to have to contain Gibson, and they're going to have to get some pressure to help their secondary because their secondary is not going to hold up for these 5.5 second deals. So limit the run game, and that's Mainland's chance. They're going to have to stand up tonight because they're going to meet something that they have yet to see in American Heritage this year.
Last year, this game ended in a 6-0 American Heritage win. The only score coming on a scoop and score on Mainland's first play of the game. Willing to bet that we're going to see a lot more points scored here this evening. Back deep to receive for American Heritage. Tavares McFadden, Janarvis Poe, and Dredrick Snelson. Names that we will call quite a few times tonight. They will call them again on Saturday, more than likely on Sunday.
Right.
And who knows?
If we hear them too much tonight, that's not going to be good for the Buccaneers.
Mainland huddled up at their 35-yard line.
Dare they kick it deep?
Dare they onside kick to start the game?
I
Peter Baudet is going to kick, and he's going to let us know. Now, Coach Allen, we've seen Mainland 3 times now. The first 2 times, we saw a lot of pooch kicking, a lot of short kicking.
Yeah, they're going to have to directional kick this football. They're going to have to strategically kick the football. I don't think they can just bomb it down through there and think that they're going to be okay.
Well, one thing's for sure, we're going to set the tone right here.
They're going to kick it to
Mainland with a quick short kick fielded at the 27-yard line. American Heritage with a late flag coming from the near official from the Mainland sideline. The play ended on the American Heritage sideline. Could it be that nobody was set on the kicking team?
I don't know.
We're going to make up a rule?
No. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. Here
we're
we
going
go.
to find out shortly. Coach Rowland's on the field looking for things. He's getting ready to direct the defense.
Personal foul, Mainland.
It's against American Heritage.
Oh, American Heritage. Personal foul.
You are
American
excited,
Heritage.
aren't you, big guy?
I'm very excited. I'm going to mark down how many flags I see tonight. There's one.
Coach, I believe they kicked that. I believe that was Gibson, the quarterback, who returned that.
May have been. May have been.
Well, it's a personal foul called against American Heritage. Probably not the way they wanted to start, but we're going to see how this first series ends for them to see if it really comes into play.
Great way to find out their coverage right here to move both those wideouts outside the hash.
1st and 10, Patriots from their 19-yard line. Number 2, 5A versus number 1, 6A.
Love the matchup out here with Miko Dotson.
Gibson keeps the ball himself, sheds the tackler, buries his shoulder, runs over a defender, taken out of bounds.
Tackle by number 4 from Mainland High School. That would be Cyrus Fagan, sophomore.
Son of Coach Fagan.
Great.
He's a long-time area coach here, Cookman.
Good friend of mine. I didn't know he had a son playing.
Good man.
Gibson with 3 receivers to his left. That's the short side of the field. This time handing the ball off.
Oh, you're one shoelace away right there, Coach, from having a play.
There's nobody in the middle of the field on that snap for the defense for Mainland. If anything breaks, we've got a player down.
Yes, we do. It is the running back.
That's the guy who just toted the rock. I think it's number 11, Keyshawn Bryan. It's hard to tell.
I believe you're correct.
Well, he just threw his helmet off, so he's in a bit of pain.
I believe it's a lower extremity here. He was wrapped up, trying to get away. He was wrapped up down low.
And that is Keyshawn Bryan, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore.
Looks like an ankle injury there, tending to his ankle, and the player is certainly in some pain.
You hate to see that, Coach, anytime. Even when you're in the game and you're playing against somebody, you don't want to see that happen. Like you mentioned last night, one of the great things about last night is we got out of the game, no major injuries. Always just something as a coach that you know it's there, but you're just trying to deal with it and manage it.
As the American Heritage coaches tend to an injured player, we'll take the timeout. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium and Larry Kelly Field. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. That was, in fact, sophomore running back Keyshawn Bryan shaken up on play. He was able to walk off the field, not under his own power, but nonetheless he was able to get up and walk off.
Look for quarterback sneak here.
3rd and short. Gibson under center this time. Mainland stacking the line of scrimmage. Gibson gets behind the big uglies. He's going to fall forward. After a gain of a yard, that's going to be enough for a first down, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you, it's obvious early on that Torrance Gibson is a load. He is a big human.
Sure is, and boy, I tell you, used to looking out there and seeing the Mainland defense kind of dwarf the offensive players, and they're dwarfed tonight.
Absolutely,
in
Coach.
height and in width.
Yeah, American Heritage has got some hosses up front, led by T.J. Slayton, 6'5", 320 at the right tackle.
Jarvis Poe near side. Gibson rolls to his left, has a receiver downfield. Oh, nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of the defensive back. And again, almost a beautiful catch.
Left-handed quarterback here tonight. Got a strong arm. Threw that ball about 40 yards.
Avery Walker got some pressure there, Coach. Avery Walker doesn't get a lot of he doesn't get a lot of publicity. He's only 5'10", but man, he beat his block right away. And you start double pumping that football at quarterback against Mainland, and there are going to be a lot of bodies going to be there when it comes down.
That was Brian Gregory on the coverage for the Buccaneers. Gibson, shotgun set. Hands off to Travis Jackson as the officials blow whistles.
That's 2.
False start against American Heritage. It'll back him up 5 yards. It's now 2nd down and 15 from the 25.
2 deep secondary by Mainland in their old-fashioned 5-2 defense.
Not a lot of help, though, as wide as this split is out here.
Jackson on the carry.
No, I think those 2 safeties may be in there more to stop the run if it breaks than just to get out and double cover the wide.
Coach, that's the way it looks because they're not playing any kind of hash rule. They're playing off the ball.
Kevin McCrary for the Buccaneers on the stop after a gain of nothing. Brings up third down for the Patriots. Gibson drops back to pass, has a receiver wide open left. Oh!
Put a little more air under it. He
just overthrows. Brandon Johnson.
Brandon Johnson's got UM, South Carolina, UT.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. That's all he's got. Only offers he's got.
Oh, that's a shame.
He was buying.
He only gets 5 visits, so you'll just give him 5.
That's right.
Miko Dotson, along with Wilfred Taylor.
Very
deep
nice.
to receive.
Very nice.
This booming punt.
Here comes the wall to this side.
Taylor near side. He's got some blockers, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So this will be the first time we see Denzel Houston and the Mainland Buccaneers. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line.
Well set up, Coach, but they're finding that these guys run a little bit different than the Black Hats they played last week. They close it down.
Yeah. Looked like it was going to be a big return, and it was a nice return, but it was not what we're used to seeing Mainland do here. So.
Correct.
I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but the near side defensive end for American Heritage is number 99, Brian Burns II. He's 6'6", 210 pounds, and only a junior.
Hard to miss him.
Houston with 3 receivers to his right. Killins in the backfield.
We've got the Steelers on the sign this week, Bill.
Oh, we've changed up the signs. Killins on the carry.
Nice team pursuit down the line of scrimmage. 99, that defensive end you mentioned, kind of got up the field and set a little edge there, and the defensive lineman worked right down the line to him. Number 10, the linebacker as well.
Number 75, Nick Ruse for Mainland with a good block on Burns. 2nd down and 8 for the Buccaneers.
.425 defense by the American Heritage team. Great
Playing
pressure.
Under pressure. Flag on the play. Houston almost steps out of bounds, reverses field, and goes down. Smart play by the youngster. Down at the 45-yard line, but there's a flag on the play. Holding.
Coach,
going to be the call against Mainland.
Coach, I knew something was up when they switched sides with their safeties, and they brought Nick Bird over here, and he's one of the guys that the Heritage coaches wanted us to keep an eye on as kind of an unsung guy, but they kind of robbed the coverage there, and he was robbed on Houston the whole way. He never backpedaled a step. They just manned the single out here, and he was down to
Kind of
come
playing a spy technique.
Absolutely.
Yep.
American Heritage declines the penalty. It'll be 3rd down for the Buccaneers.
That's been one of those deals that, he's been used to kind of getting out and making something happen. 1st down, maybe even a bigger play, and those plays are going to be limited against a bunch that runs this well and this is physical. Rush 2. They rush 2. They drop to everybody, Coach. There's nobody
Has
for
time.
And they're going to contain. They're containing him with 2.
Has time. Finds a receiver.
Coach, that's excellent defense.
In and out of the hands.
Oh.
As a late flag comes, in and out of the hands of Will Collins.
A1 officials are welcoming Coach Rump and giving him a similar welcome that they gave to
My
Coach.
goodness gracious. Great play with the defensive
Absolutely.
back. We'll take a look maybe on the replay and see here.
Love the scheme, Coach. Love the scheme. They rushed 2 there, and they had him contained with 2, dropped everybody in coverage, and there was no place to go with even with that much time.
Pass interference is the call against American Heritage. Automatic 1st down for the Bucks. They'll have 1st and 10 from the Patriots, 41-yard line.
Spiked 3 guys that time, Coach, out of the linebacker on the 2nd level, and all they did is just kind of amoeba defense on him. It looked like a basketball matchup zone.
Anthony Flory was called for the pass interference.
Once again, they're going to reroute the number 2 receiver at the top of the field here. And we've got the quarterback look like maybe took a false step, and they're going to call illegal procedure.
How about a procedure call on your quarterback?
For the fifth penalty in the first 3.5 minutes of the game.
Coach, I had a man tell me one time for every sophomore I start, I could count on a loss for that kid.
I might have had the same man tell me that story, and it's pretty true.
And, I think some of those jitters are showing up here. Like I said, when the stakes get higher and the competition levels get more even.
Well, win or lose, this ballgame will be good for Mainland High School.
Absolutely, Coach. Totally agree.
Number 99 working down the line of scrimmage. Check the zone read, check the quarterback, and then continued on down and made the play.
Killins on the carry for the Bucks.
Coach, that's pretty sporty right there. I mean, if you can sort all three out, he's playing three men. He's doing the job of three men, basically. Nick Cruz has got his hands full tonight. I think I might consider putting that guy in some read spots and just read him. Here they come.
Houston under pressure.
99's here.
Looking to do something.
Great job getting out.
Eludes the pressure.
But he's not out
Gets
yet.
away from a few tacklers and runs out of bounds.
2-yard gain on the play. Look more spectacular than that, but again, Denzel had good poise back there that time.
Yep, fine line between courage and stupidity, Coach, because I tell you what, he knew what to do right there. He did a great job of escaping, but that was all he had there. He didn't need to try to get one more yard.
No gain on the play. Back to the original line, not the original line of scrimmage, but back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 14 still for the Buccaneers. 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. Houston has a receiver.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping him in there.
Doing it with his legs.
And I think their philosophy is, Coach, if they want him to escape, they want him to escape right back up the gut, so he's got bodies coming at him from everywhere and have a chance to put the hat on him. And that just looks like, even with the two-man rush, that's what they're doing. The American Heritage kids.
Got a late flag now. This will be flag number 6.
That was Burns on the stop. Looks like this
there were no
penalty
American
is going to
Heritage.
go against
Bill.
Mainland High School.
There were no American Heritage players there around that flag.
Mainland unsportsmanlike conduct, dead ball foul after the play.
It's on 5, I'm pretty sure. It appeared that he said something there. A big key to this thing is going to be how he handles the being under duress, and he's going to be under duress with these guys. I mean, they've got some size and some skill over there, and they are obviously well coached. Coach, they're in their lanes, they're containing, they're doing what they need to do.
How about the play of Burns, guys? He's the defensive end that we talked about. He's the one who made the tackle, albeit 15 yards down the field, but he was the one that actually chased down Houston to make the stop.
He's got a good motor. He doesn't stop. He's got a small nose guard to go along with some pretty rangy-looking kids out there, and they're probably going to shoot that nose guard left or right and won't leave him sitting in there to just take on a block. But
this will be the first time in a long time we've seen Mainland's punter. That's Ja'Kai Polite, the sophomore responsible for getting the ball downfield. Puts his big foot into it. Little end over end kick. Fielded at the 15.
Oh, my.
Here come the Patriots.
Oh, my.
McFadden on the return. Brings it all the way back
I guess,
to
Coach,
their 44.
that's what the number 4 cornerback in the nation looks like, because let me tell you what, he looks like he knows what to do with his.
I think he went over and just took the ball right out of the other guy's hands.
He
Ball
did.
kicked away from him, but not far enough.
Not far enough, because I'm going to tell you what, he is not far away from being in the end zone right there.
1st and 10 Patriots from their 43-yard line.
Trips into the boundary here. We'll see if they got a wide side play to the weak side of their formation.
I think they're just trying to solo
as the receiver to the left.
Yep.
Oh, almost.
That's twice he's overthrown his receiver. That's Brandon Johnson again, the intended receiver.
Opened up one whole half of the field. He ran the slant, and that's what you tell that corner. If you're out there by yourself, a single receiver, you're ready for the slant. Well, it was slant and go, and he had some daylight between himself and the defender.
Jackson remains the tailback for the Patriots. Jackson in motion. Gibson's going to keep it. Come near side. Brought down by Ja'Kai Polite.
13 Adam Hamilton came running there. He's going to have to be careful in a ball game like this. You know, you get that lead with the head deal when somebody's already on the ground. You don't want to stop their aggressiveness. But boy, these flags they're coming out.
Jackson checks out for the Patriots. They go 5 wide.
Looks like Mainland might have an automatic. They do not.
Gibson again throwing to his left. Once again going for Johnson. There's a flag on the play. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Janarvis Poe.
Another flag.
Both teams have been penalized 3 times tonight.
Coach, it's hard to read that number. Is that Gregory that they're going after up there on
number
that top
20,
side?
yes.
Yes, sir, it is.
Holding against
Brian
Mainland.
Gregory.
Are you guys a little surprised to see such soft coverage from the corners, or you expected that because there might be a slight mismatch, height, speed, everything?
I think that it's don't get beat deep. That's number 1 rule for any corner. And if you got guys can run, you better back up and give them some. But they're still, even with the cushion they're giving them, they're
still getting
behind.
beat wrists.
Yeah, okay. And I don't know really. You know, that's just you're out there by yourself, and they're. Let's see if they change up their.
Well, the reason I asked is because this is Mainland's secondary is voted as
vaulted.
They're considered one of the best. I don't know if it's the best or one, but they're considered one of the best secondaries in the state.
Considered by our media here. These teams from South Florida, they see this every week, and you may not know it, and they may not be in arrivals, they may not have one of our recruiting service rankings, but I promise you that there are teams in South Florida that have kids who are every bit as athletic, may or may not be qualifiers, so whatever the deal is there. So there's no American Heritage. They've seen this. They've been here, done that. They're not worried about it. I think they've picked out a matchup that they like. They've taken 3 shots on him already, and they've got, like Coach said, they're cramming 3 into the boundary. They're going to that solo side, and they're going to make that guy earn his money tonight.
Coach Oakham, he's a left-handed quarterback. We've seen him throw to his left every time. Should we anticipate maybe him coming back to the right, or do you think lefty just throw it left and let's just get after it?
I think he can probably throw it anywhere he wants to. So far, you're correct. They have gone wide side of the field left and thrown the ball to the left for the most part. And, you know, if you're going to sprint somebody out, I'd say that might be more true. But a drop-back quarterback, I bet we'll see him throw it all over the field tonight.
I mean, they're picking on Gregory. We haven't said anything about A.J. Westbrook, who's going to Florida State. We haven't said anything about any of the other DBs. They have both times thrown the home run ball to Gregory's side. So whether that's the weakness of the secondary or that's just the way they're doing things.
Well, I know this, that they've got Miko Dotson on the wide side. Miko may be going to the 3 side, but right now they've changed that alignment, and they've brought Gregory to the boundary.
1st and 10, American Heritage. On the Mainland side of the field, we're going to have a reverse. He fakes it. Gibson has some pressure. He's going to throw to his right. He's got a receiver open, and it's caught. Caught by number 2. That's Dedrick Snelson on the reception.
Does that answer your question?
Does.
He can throw it to his right, folks.
Under duress and moving.
Fake the reverse, and the guy that he throws to was the guy on the reverse.
Mainland did a nice job of containing the play.
That'd be a sack.
That'd be a sack. You're right about that, Coach.
Not tonight.
Not against this man. And a great play on the ball by Snelson. That's why he's a UM commit.
But the poise of Gibson.
Oh, absolutely.
He didn't, I mean, we say duress. He was thinking, this is just practice.
Sure, this is what he does.
1st and 10, American Heritage from the Mainland 18. Fakes the handoff to Jackson. There's shockingly a flag on the play. Gibson is sacked.
I think the Mainland defense is going to have to be careful here. As a defensive coach, you get reactive. They get a big play on you, and you have a tendency to want to make something happen on the next play. They brought inside pressure. It worked out for them there. Had they handed that ball off, though, Coach, he's gone.
Out the gate. Yes,
because there's nobody beveling off tackle there.
Marcus Brunson on the sack. Sorry, Coach. Brunson
okay.
on the sack. Holding called against. Mark that down. Holding called against American Heritage.
So we're at 8 penalties in 8 minutes, it looks like.
There's 5:43 remaining in the first quarter.
8 penalties in 6-7 minutes.
Second down and 15 for American Heritage.
Kind of surprised they declined that myself.
Yeah. A little different set here. Big man in the backfield.
Good job by the Mainland D-line.
Shadrick Lowry on the carry for the Patriots. The defensive line for Mainland holding strong. Brings up third down for the Patriots. Jakai Polite was in on that.
Is that Eubanks, the tight end that they moved into the backfield? If it is, he's a 6'6", 205-pounder. But it was obvious that set was different than anything we've seen to this point with two backs in the back. And similar to what we saw with Seabreeze last night, they were using two back there.
It'll be a third down and long situation for American Heritage. 4:55 and counting in the first quarter. Empty backfield. Gibson by himself. 5 receiver set. Gibson now looking to his right. Going to throw to the middle of the field. Overthrows his receiver. Batted around a few times. Nearly caught by American Heritage, but nonetheless it falls incomplete. And it'll bring up fourth down.
Could have been the second interception of the night for Mainland High School. They haven't gotten one yet, but they're really well known for their interceptions, and they had a chance for that one.
Yeah, you float that thing over the middle against these guys, and like I said, there's going to be a lot of people are going to be there when it comes down.
Oren Milstein comes on to attempt a 42-yard field goal for American Heritage. Milstein's a 5'8", 165-pound junior. Snap, hold, kick. Kick is up. The kick is good, but there's flags on the play.
This is no good.
We have flags on the play, gentlemen. Don't go anywhere.
Coach Yoakum, you're going to run out of ink.
I think you may be right.
As the officials talk this one over, looks like it's going to go against American Heritage. Holding on American Heritage, declined. The field goal by Milstein was no good, and the Buccaneers will have 1st and 10 for their second possession. .437 remaining in the first period from Municipal Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. You're watching the Mainland Buccaneers playing host to the American Heritage Patriots. So following the missed field goal, Mainland will set up shop at 1st and 10 from the 20.
Might want to move the chains here.
We got time.
Yeah, right.
Nothing but time here, gentlemen. We're not going anywhere. Another gorgeous night for high school football.
Well, this is a run box for Mainland. They only have 5 in the box, and it is a run.
And they're still stopping it.
Easily.
I tell you what, Tow Truck Harris Rashad has done a good job against everybody we've seen. He could not handle that situation right there in a one-on-one block. He got beat and nowhere to go. And when you can stop the run with the small box, that's good news for your defense.
Yes, it is.
Killens loses a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Three receivers to the wide side of the field for the Buccaneers. 4 minutes remaining in the first. Houston looking to his left, has a receiver on the
my
nearly
goodness.
intercepted.
Wow.
Great job of rerouting the receiver by number 5 from
Dante Fair.
What a great play. He rerouted the receiver, then sunk back and got underneath the throw.
And almost finished it with the trifecta there and intercepted it. That was a pretty sporty play. I think this is a lot like last night, and I think sometimes when it's very even, the advantage goes to the team who's played the best teams. And I just think early on, these guys look a little bit more American Heritage, that is, looks a little bit more like themselves than the Mainland that we've seen to this point.
Killens on the carry, has a hole, and he's going to get stoned.
Let me tell you,
that's Mr.
Tavares
McFadden. Hello.
Well done. One of the things that you see in the NFL and in college with all the screen games and the way things are, the quarterback reads, corners today tackle better than they ever have. And they've got to come out of coverage and make those plays. They've got to beat blocks at the line of scrimmage. Some of these screen plays, not that was a screen, but they have to play against basically wide ISOs. They're getting lead blockers, and that was an excellent play.
McFadden, one of the deep men. Polite into punt from his 25.
Who I think is one of the key
Gets
players
a very
tonight.
Nice punt off. Fielded at the 44. Fair catch called for. And a flag is on the play. We have a flag on the play. Dante Fair fielded the punt. Fair catch, and they're going to call him for running a little bit, and he wasn't even running.
And again, letter of the rule, seeing what's going on in the game and the situation, really, it's over officious, to quote Marv Levy.
I'm sorry.
Over officious.
Wow.
Marv Levy called the guy an over officious jerk on the NFL films. I saw it. I know I did, Bill.
Well, you're not calling them jerks. You're just saying it's over officious.
I'm saying that's what Marv Levy said.
Because we would hate to have you fined. That's another dollar you'll lose.
Nobody's getting fined tonight.
That's another dollar you're going to lose.
I'll get that back before this is over tonight.
A delay of game for running with the catch. How much time's left, Bill, in this first quarter?
We have 3 minutes and 5 whole seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So we're averaging 1 penalty per minute of play out here.
I love it. Empty backfield with Gibson. For Gibson.
A little different look here.
Speed sweep, flag on the play. That's going to come back. Sorry, Mr. Jackson. Takes it across the 50-yard line. It would have been first down for American Heritage, but we're going to have an illegal shift called against American Heritage.
Did he move early?
Well, 2 guys moved.
Okay,
they started in motion. This guy down at our side thought he should go in motion. He flinched,
So out of the 9, you agree with 1?
I agree
Not
with
bad.
that one.
Okay.
And I'm sure that there are other penalties, but my goodness gracious, we didn't. I'm not going to coach anymore, so I'm going to say it. We didn't come here to watch the officials tonight.
But we did.
Again.
We did, because they have an outcome in every play so far. Once again, Gibson will be by himself in the backfield. 5 receiver set for the Patriots. It's 1st and 15. There's a good chance there's going to be a flag on this play.
Screen.
Gibson under pressure, ball's on the ground. Ball is scooped up. 5, 3, 2, touchdown, Mainland High School. Kyle Oliver on the scoop and score for the Buccaneers. Flag on the play, Scouring the field, no flag on the play. Touchdown will stand.
Kyle Oliver used to come to my football camps in Flagler when he was a little kid. He's an FBC transfer. Good family. Glad to see something good happen for him. It's kind of a role reversal from last year in that 6-0 game where the only score was a scoop and score for American Heritage.
Looks like they're short a couple players here on the extra point team. Somebody needs to wake up and recognize we've scored here.
And we've got a conversation going on with Coach Wilson and one of the officials.
It involved Ja'Kai Polite.
Now the officials are sending Polite off the field because of something that he might have said or done. They are not going to allow him to participate. My goodness.
Terrion Tillman will take Polite's place on the point after. Baudette. His kick is up, and it's good. 2:45 remaining in the first period. Mainland strikes first, 7-0 against the Patriots. We'll be back. Welcome back. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum from Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. Mainland has gotten on the scoreboard. 7-0. They lead the American Heritage Patriots. Both teams are ranked by the Associated Press in their respective classes. Mainland in 6A is ranked number 1. American Heritage is ranked number 2, and only a few points shy of being ranked number 1 in Class 5A. Baudette set to kick off from his 40-yard line. American Heritage brings their return men up to the 15.
Trying to give them some different looks. It's the same look, just on the other hash.
Baudette with the pooch punt comes near side. It'll go out of bounds. Nice play by Loress Nelson. American Heritage will take the ball at the 35.
I think in these situations, Coach, I always like to see how many people they had playing on special teams that were starters, and I would like to make them run down again. Or if they're going to be directional like this, I would like to see them go ahead and try to directional kick it again, because at some point with the penalty yardage, they're going to have to try to move the ball down the field because they're going to give you your, I don't know.
Good point.
Gibson and Jackson. Jackson takes the handoff. That's Gibson on the carry. He's brought down by Miko Dotson.
Excellent play. Once again, going back to those corners and tackling ability, it's just something that goes with the position in modern football that historically has not been so much. You know, those guys could get away with being cover guys or being peddlers and just kind of keeping things in front. And that's a great job by Miko Dotson.
Second down and 15 for the Patriots. Nick Eubanks, a 6'6", 205-pound tight end, is in the slot. Gibson drops back, looks to his left. He's going to throw deep, has a receiver. Once again, nearly intercepted by the Buccaneers, in and out of the hands
I think if they'll take
of Arthur A.J. Westbrook.
I think if they'll take that number 2 receiver, the way Mainland's playing that, and get him in about 13 or 14 down there and just curl him up, I think he'll be wide slap. Because Mainland's doing a good job of getting their safeties over the top on it. But the way the linebacker's playing it, I don't think he'll be able to cover out and cover back. It just doesn't look like.
Yeah, we haven't seen really much of a passing game from American Heritage except just vertical.
Yep, just taking shots. And I understand that they've got the guys to do that with, but at some point, you don't have to hit the home run. What do we got here?
We're going to have a delay of game call possible. Oh, illegal substitution. Illegal substitution against American Heritage. He was itching to make that call. With all the movement that American Heritage does, they don't huddle up, they stay on the field. So at some point you're going to have a 12th man coming off while the 11th man comes on. So
once again, no advantage did they get by doing any of that. I just think that's just one of those ones you just play on.
3rd and 20 for the Patriots. Gibson fakes his handoff, looks deep again, has a receiver near side. That's number 2. He's wide open. He makes the reception. And he's going to carry Miko Dotson all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's Dedrick Snelson.
Canes are going to get him a good one there, and I guess, Rocky, that's why
There's
we
a
see
flag on the
keep
play. I don't mean to.
throwing it down the field because
There is a flag.
There's a flag on the 45-yard line. Mainland's 45. There is a flag on the play.
Surely it's
Completely away from the play.
right, Coach Rump is probably going to be in the middle of the field if this goes against American Heritage, and you can't say I blame him if that is the case. I'm thinking you're right. I think this is going to be a defensive penalty. What a nice throw
Here we go,
catch.
holding against Mainland. Thrown where there was no need to throw that flag. Had no bearing on the play whatsoever.
Nope.
And just as an update, that's penalty number 15 in the first quarter.
That's
With
incredible.
just under a minute to go.
I'm sorry, Coach Oakham. That's not on players. That's not on teams. It's not on coaches.
No.
That's an officiating deal, and I'll just say it.
Guys, listen, the game has changed. Okay? It's all about the officials. It'll be 1st and goal for the Patriots.
Good one.
From the 5-yard line. Jackson in the backfield with Gibson. I'm looking for Gibson to tote it.
I think Mainland will be too.
They got to stop him. Mainland showing blitz, coming off the edge, hands off to Jackson.
There you go.
Fumble.
Ball's on the
He was
ground.
down.
Fumble.
He was down.
Yes.
Down at about the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for American Heritage. Flag on the play. Just kidding. 2nd and goal for the Patriots. Okay, count them up. 5 guys came on, 5 guys went off. Mainland crowding the line of scrimmage. Handoff once again to Lowry this time. Mike Lowry.
Coach, did they
That's
trap
Cedric.
that? Or were they
I
just
didn't see
doubling
that
it? I
time.
couldn't either.
They have trapped and wrapped, but I haven't seen it. I didn't see it that play.
That's going to bring to a close the first quarter.
And it's 10 o'clock.
7-0. Mainland leading American Heritage. Tonight's game being brought to you in part by MVP Couriers. We make your life easy. That's MVP Couriers. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. 7-0. Mainland leading American Heritage, but the Patriots are knocking on the door. 3rd down and goal. Gibson hands the ball off.
Yes, sir.
Right away to Shadaric Lowry. Uncontested touchdown. You know, Mainland's got a really good defensive line, but you got to figure when it comes to smash mouth football, the advantage has to go by leaps and bounds to the Patriots.
Well, I was going to ask Coach Oakham if he didn't think there might be a fullback somewhere over there on that sideline, because with these big old horses they've got up front, I would be hard-pressed not to be in some eye and just bringing it downhill at you and seeing what you've got.
I was thinking about saying the same thing. All these spread offenses and nobody getting under the center much anymore. They did get under the center and run a quarterback sneak earlier, so they can do it. But
Milstein's point after is up and good. So Following the first play of the second quarter, American Heritage ties it up 7-7 with the Mainland Buccaneers. Coach Oakham, I know that if I ask you your thoughts on the first quarter, I know where you're going to go with it, so I'm going to allow you that time. Coach, first quarter thoughts.
I thought that both teams played well. Mainland should have come up with a couple of interceptions, at least one. I thought that everybody now knows the A1 officials are here with 15 penalties in the first quarter. Wow. So hopefully they can limit that in the second, third, and fourth quarters. We'll see how that goes. Some of those penalties are certainly called for, but some of them I think are totally unnecessary. I predict here that with this kick, they'll kick it deep to the speed of Mainland and see what happens.
Coach Allen, first quarter thoughts.
Well, I think we've got the matchup that we were anticipating. We've all been very excited about it. American Heritage very talented. I think that they've decided that they're going to give Mainland a little something that Mainland is used to doing to other teams that people don't do to them much, and that's throw the ball over the top, try to big play them, and it's paid off for them, and they've taken some shots, but that's what set up the score.
Milstein set the kick off from his 40-yard line. Gets his foot into it. Bounces at the 12. Killens is going to field that in the end zone. And Mainland will get the ball first and 10 at the 20. Let me ask you something, guys. I have my thoughts, as we all know. Do you want to see an automatic touchback? Or should we let the kids get a chance to run this thing out?
Well, before this thing is over, and in our lifetimes, they're going to have flags on, number one. And number two, they're not even going to kick the football off at any level. That's my prediction. I just think the way that the NFL's gone, the concussion suit, all the liability stuff that goes on in our game now, I just think that's going away.
You just disappointed every child who has the ambition to run back a kickoff for a game-winning score. Houston's pass near side. Caught by Taylor. He breaks the tackle. It's going to be a foot race down the sideline. He's got a blocker. Taylor stays in bounds at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Touchdown, Mainland.
That's a great play, but I'll tell you what, you got to give number 44, Anthony Floyd, credit. He's 230 pounds. He just ran that down and almost stopped that play. Throwing it short, getting a big play out of it.
American Heritage was in a cover 2 look, 4-3 cover 2, nobody on either inside receiver, and he ran down there about 8 yards, stopped, caught the ball, and then took it to the house.
Yep, can't miss tackles.
I don't think we'll see that coverage out of American Heritage again tonight.
You love being able to make a play call like that when you're throwing a 10 or 12-yard pass and it turns into a long touchdown.
Baudette's point after is up and good. And just like that, the Buccaneers take control of the game. They're up 14-7 on the Patriots. 11:42 to go in the second quarter.
Hasn't taken long for this one to take on a different complexion than last year's game.
American Heritage, unfazed. Look at them. Right away, ready to go. These guys just want to play football.
Well, I'm pretty certain that they didn't come here to just score 7 points tonight. I think they feel like they can do some things. And again, they have seen some things. They have seen some good football teams. They've seen a lot of talent.
Baudette will kick off from his 40-yard line. Once again, the returners will play up short. Mainland continues to change sides every time. Pooch, near side, fielded at the 30. Dante Fair.
And let me tell you, number 42 put the hat on him, and we do not have him on my roster. I don't know if you guys do there. I believe it's...
No, sir.
Excellent coverage.
Number 42 is Kevin Gillen, Jr. Linebacker. Hit like a linebacker.
Yes, he did.
Thanks for that, Coach Oakham.
My pleasure.
I can tell. 11:36 remaining in the first half. We have about 18 flags to look forward to. Mainland leads American Heritage 14-7. The Patriots first and 10 from their 34-yard line.
So far it's as advertised, men.
Yes, it is.
Gibson takes the handoff, has a wide open receiver.
I love the play call, Coach.
Nelson wide open, brought down by Cyrus Fagan.
So much different than the deal we saw last night with Bartram Trail trying to do something similar. They don't have quite the speed. It doesn't happen as fast with the velocity of the ball. And, you know, they just caught Mainland in a little rotation there trying to stop that speed sweep. It's a great scheme.
It sure is.
If you've got a trigger puller like that, you've got a lot of schemes at your disposal. Oh, they're going to get a horse collar.
Jackson on the carry, flag on the play. That's a mark on your sheet.
I'm just waiting to see which side to mark it on. Coach Allen says it's against the Mainland Buccaneers for horse collar tackle, and I think he's probably right. He's seen those before. Personal foul, face mask is what the call.
After they mark off the penalty yardage, it'll be enough for a first down. American Heritage will have the ball first and 10 from the Mainland 31-yard line. It appears that American Heritage has picked up their tempo and they're getting their plays in a lot quicker, Coach.
They've had a chance to look at the Mainland defense and kind of decide what they want to do, so they got a pretty good idea, and they might want to throw it down here to this single receiver. One
of those situations where as the game progresses, you kind of know what you're going to get.
Yep.
And you're able to call in the plays and get them in quicker.
Exactly.
Jackson on the carry for the Patriots. Pickup of about 5. Safe to say that American Heritage has about 15 different formations.
They've sure shown a bunch tonight.
Gibson again hands the ball off to Jackson. Now, keep in mind, guys, Jackson is 5'7", 192 pounds. It's easy to get lost among those trees in front of you.
What I like to see out of this white offensive line for American Heritage, when the play's over, they got 3 or 4 guys on the ground, and they're on the ground. There's not a lot of guys standing up looking around.
Absolutely, and they got great push right there.
Flag on the play. Just kidding. Going to be a timeout. Timeout by the Buccaneers. They're going to take it. We will too. 10:17 remaining in the first period. Mainland leads American Heritage 14-7.
There we go.
Billy Gahagan. That's me. Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. You're watching the Mainland Buccaneers and the American Heritage Patriots. 14-7, the Bucs lead. American Heritage knocking on the door. Jackson once again. He takes the ball, gets through the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down immediately by Cyrus Fagan. Fagan's been pretty busy all night, guys.
Yeah, he has. And I tell you, though, you say brought down immediately. They got 2 or 3 there. You know, those are good enough runs to make you respect the run. And you pull it out of there on play action. You pull it out of there on the read. He's a pretty tough little back, and he's their second back.
Good point. We have not seen Keyshawn Bryan return from his injury on the first play of the game. Officials will take a timeout. American Heritage will call a timeout. We'll stay right here. Mainland leads American Heritage 14-7 with 9:36 to go in the first period. As advertised, would you say?
Great game. Great game.
A lot of good athletes, size, speed, skill levels, well coached for the most part, minus the penalties and the yellow hankies on the field. I think it's been everything that we could hope for.
Great crowd this evening.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'm surprised in a bad way or a good way with American Heritage sideline. I know it's quite a ways to come up, but it's always good to see the away team have some fans. But would you guys have expected more on their side?
Not necessarily, Coach. You've got a private school 230 miles away. I really am not.
And they'll play big game after big game right there at home where people
enough.
can come see them play. So if they...
Well, this game was definitely billed as one of the state's best in the on the evening. Seabreeze folks are here. There's no doubt about it. They played last night, losing a heartbreaker 15-10.
New formation.
Jackson in motion, and we're going to get a false start. There's a flag, but that's a good one. We all agree with that. Brett Kahn, 6'4", 270. Kind of tough to hide the big guy from a false start.
That's the tight end?
That's the left tackle, Coach. 57.
How big's number 18?
He's 6'3", I believe. I saw him earlier. 6'3", 250. The big nasties aren't going to get away with much. They're just too big. They're going to a flinch is going to.
Not at 6'4", 270.
Second down and 14. Gibson.
Sluggo, they held him, and they got one anyway.
Taking the shot to the end zone, in and out of the hands of Nick Eubanks, the 6'6", 205-pound tight end.
And I am telling you that they literally undressed the wideout on our near sideline here and held him right in front of the referee. And with all the things that we've had called, we did not get any call there. And I mean, he literally drug his jersey off.
Brings up a third down for the Patriots. Coach?
Yeah, you see here, we've got a nice play. He's looking left initially, and then he has to come back to the middle of the field. But this one, number 8 right here, Brandon Johnson is just being undressed. Gibson, they go back to the Sluggo. They got him.
Receiver wide open, number 8. Loses his footing. Brandon Johnson at 6'3", 170 pounds, lost his footing at about the 5, stumbled his way, and he was overthrown. Brings up fourth down for the Patriots.
It'll be about a 40-yard field goal attempt here by the Patriots.
Milstein missed from 42 earlier.
When you get around the red zone, that Sluggo is just poison. And I tell you, they have found the one that they want to go after, and it is Brian Gregory. They are staying away from Dotson. They're going after Gregory, and they had a man again just overthrown.
39-yard field goal attempt from the middle of the field. Milstein has plenty of leg, and he misses to the left. A flag on the play. Don't go anywhere, folks. There is a flag on the play. We're going to get roughing the kicker called against Mainland. So with 9:17 to go in the first period, 14-7, Mainland leads American Heritage. The Buccaneers dodged a bullet when Milstein missed his field goal, but a penalty on the play against the Buccaneers will give them another opportunity. I guess we're going to... Tripping was the call. It's tripping. It's not roughing, it was tripping against Mainland.
I don't know how you trip on a rushing.
Right foot behind the foot is, I believe, is a tripping. So from 29, it becomes a 24. 24-yard field goal attempt by Milstein. 4:34, right? Everything's good about it, including, excluding the kick. There's a flag on the play, gentlemen, right at the line of scrimmage. Don't go anywhere.
They hit the center. I would say that this is they hit the center.
Do not go anywhere.
Flag right in the middle. That's many times what we see on that call.
Maybe it was against Mainland for propelling yourself. You can't jump on somebody.
Could be.
These guys will make something up, no doubt. Sorry. We have a holding call on a field goal attempt. Holding is the call against the Buccaneers.
That's a trip and a hold on a defensive team on 2 successive field goal tries.
On field goal attempts, no less.
You can see it all.
Okay. Well, eventually they'll be attempting a chip shot.
I think they'll be attempting a first down play.
Yeah.
Holding is going to be worth 10 yards.
Wow.
So it'll be 4th down and automatic first down. First and goal for the Patriots from the 9-yard line. This is awesome. Hi, Joey. So it was penalty. Jackson on the carry.
Great run.
Taking guys with him.
He doesn't need much space, and he is quick.
Yes, he is.
Quick.
Kevin Gillen again on the stop. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Patriots from the 5-yard line. Clock continues to roll just inside of 9 minutes. Patriots with wholesale substitutions. Let's make sure we don't break the 12. Gibson will go under center. Jackson behind him. Jackson totes the rock. Takes it at the 5 and pulls his way to the 2-yard line, bringing up 3rd and goal.
A little more of what we were thinking there. You might be trying to do, Coach Yoakum. They're just kind of bringing it right at him right there.
I think if you put a fullback in there, like you said, and block everybody down and kick out at the end, I might be able to run through that hole.
I think you might be right, Coach.
But, anyway, good scheme right here. Both teams playing well.
They are. Fans getting their money's worth, so are we.
You wish. 7:50 and counting.
There we go.
Gibson on a bootleg. Going to try and outrun himself. Has a wide open receiver. Touchdown for the Patriots with a flag on the play.
And we got him rolling to his right. Left-handed quarterback.
Flag on the play. Touchdown reception, Nick Eubanks.
Ineligible downfield. No score.
So that will nullify the Patriots' touchdown. That's not being nitpicky, I wouldn't think. I mean, if you're downfield and you're not supposed to, you're downfield, you're not supposed to. But you can't really go that much further when you're at the 2-yard line. So maybe it is nitpicky. 3rd down. 3rd down and goal from the Mainland 7. $7:38. On the loose side of the clock here shortly, gentlemen. Gibson, shotgun set with Jackson in the backfield. Gibson looks to his right, throws to his left. Jackson's wide open, catches the ball.
There's a flag.
He's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. We have a flag on the play. No flag on the play. Oh.
Just seeing if he can get it out of his pocket.
They're
Just
practicing.
no doubt.
You need reps.
For the second half.
Wow.
So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Patriots looking to punch it into the end zone, trailing Mainland by a score of 14-7. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum.
We'll see if they take a timeout and think this over here.
They're going to have to do something. Play clock is at 15, and they haven't even gotten the play on the field.
They've realized it.
Doesn't take long to call quarterback sneak.
There you go.
10 seconds. And American Heritage will call timeout.
Yeah, we talked about this last night. So many times we take those first half timeouts into the locker room with us, and you don't use them. And prudent move there, and I agree with you. I think they probably did have the sneak call, but now they can make sure they've got what they want.
So we have 7 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first half. 14-7, Mainland leading American Heritage. As advertised, it's the number 1 team in 6A against the number 2 team in 5A. As there's a timeout on the field, we will take one as well.
I'd probably give them professional courtesy of giving them a hard count here to give me another foot just to make sure.
It'll be 4th and goal when the teams take the field. Mainland leading American Heritage 14-7. Feast or famine. Gibson telling his receiver on the far side what to do. Run a shotgun set. Jackson in the backfield. Mainland crowding the line of scrimmage. He's tripped up. He scored. He was tripped up by the pulling slot back.
I think you're right. He went directly down and never really had a chance once he lost his feet.
Great goal line stand by the Buccaneers.
Taking a look at the play once again. Gibson just handed the ball. He tripped.
Number 16, Marcus Brunson, kind of stoned that lead blocker and put him back in the hole.
Big Nick Eubanks pulled to his left. Wasn't able to finish off his block, and Jackson was tripped up. So it's 1st and 10, Mainland. 4 receivers.
They've run a double pass out of this. Last year they did it with Houston out there, but they do have double pass on this, but it's an empty set. This is quite a decision here.
Yes, sir. Design quarterback run. No, they're going to take
the
their
ball
shot.
deep. Has a receiver.
Don't call that.
Pass intended
Do
for
not
Wilford
call
Taylor.
that.
Nick Pert on the coverage.
Number 8 is a little wobbly.
Mainland coaches not happy. Bradley Clement for American Heritage was signaling that they should throw a flag on Coach Wilson as he took out to the numbers, disputing that call. Nonetheless, it's 2nd down and 10 for the Buccaneers from their 1-yard line.
It's amazing the innocuous ones that they call, and then the others that, like, that was, it could have gone either way. I'm glad they didn't call it, but I really looked for them to call it. Oh my.
Safety.
Oh
That's going to be a
my.
safety, folks.
Yes, sir.
Coach, there's your wide ISO. That's just a wide isolation play, and these guys, everybody's play spread. All of these corners are adept at getting that done, and that's just an excellent play out there. He fought through the block. That's a dangerous, dangerous call, and
Throw the ball 40 yards sideways and just,
I think that's a huge point, Coach. They were expecting him to throw from one hash mark to the outside of the furthest point, And they were attempting a double pass from their end zone?
Well, I don't know if it would have been double pass. They do have a run off of that, and they hope to get you sucked up to play the run and then come back with the double pass. But when you're down there on the one, you better get it out of the end zone.
This is where your defensive coordinator and your offensive coordinator, you run the risk of them fighting on the sideline. Because as a defensive coach right now, I'm not real happy with the play calling right there, because your defense is playing well. They've got a tall task ahead of them here, and you're not giving them a chance to succeed. You're better off running it 3 times and punting the football and making American Heritage earn it. They didn't earn those points.
The Bucs just proved they can stop them on the goal
Absolutely.
line. So, anyway, one of those plays that
onward.
You call it, you learn from it, hopefully.
14-9, now your score. Mainland leading American Heritage after the safety.
What kind of kick will we see here? We're going to see Polite punt the football, it looks like.
Which to me is kind of surprising, only from the standpoint that this is Jakai's first time punting. And typically you punt, you look for the height on you look for coverage, but at this point, he may not get it any further than Baudette would have from the ground. Jakai gets an end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 34. It's finally fielded by McFadden. He's got a few blockers. He's going to come inside. There's plenty of flags on the field. McFadden, great run. Come on back, buddy. He finally steps out at the 30. There's a Mainland player shaken up on the play with multiple flags.
Role reversal here.
Yes,
Buccaneers laying on the field on the special team thing. That this is generally the kind of thing that you see them do to other people.
Face mask against the kicking team.
Face mask called against the Bucs. So Mr. McFadden is not coming back.
This thing is just taking a different turn, fellas.
American Heritage will have 1st and 10 from the Mainland 30-yard line. Net of 10 on that play. Officials timeout as Mainland
we can't see
takes a look
attending to there
at the injured player. While they do that, we'll give everybody a chance to catch their breaths. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Mainland leads American Heritage 14-9. Tyree Bostic, the Buccaneer who was shaken up on the play, he gets up and walks off the field under his own power.
I don't believe we'll see him again. Looks like we've got a collarbone injury there.
They'll add that a 15-yard face mask onto the end of the run, bring the ball down to the 15-yard line for the American Heritage team.
Just look at the turn of events here. Field position-wise, score-wise, what Mainland's defense did, and then what the offense, that one play call is basically set all of this into motion here.
Nobody on the number 2 receiver to the wide side of the field.
Is this a good time to take a shot at the home run ball, guys?
No, run number 1 off and run him on a 5-yard out and just flip it to him. Ball is on the ground.
Gibson recovers the fumble as everybody's, let's see, there's a scrum. The officials say that it's second down.
Yep. Second down. Yep.
Second down and 20.
Gibson did a nice job. Did a nice job of getting back to that.
His helmet is off, so he'll be out of play.
As Gibson goes to the bench, Coach Allen, he's used to being there, isn't he?
You know, Coach, he's been there before. He served a half-game suspension, but I'm telling you right now, I just watched the replay. A Mainland player jerked his helmet off. And to me, that's just an absolute, first of all, it's a penalty. Secondly, he shouldn't have to be out of play if the other team takes his helmet off, in a scrum for the football.
That's right.
Jason Brown will come in, the 6'2", 180-pound sophomore. Possibly to hand the ball off to Mr. Jackson or to throw a pass. Under pressure, eludes one tackler, can't get away from the second. Kevin McCrary on the sack for the Buccaneers. There's a shoe on the field this time, gentlemen. Not a flag, but a shoe.
Big play by McCrary there. You got to like the confidence the American Heritage coach is going to throw it up and kind of go against the grain a little bit there and try to catch him off guard, but you still got to protect.
I was sure thinking with Coach Gahagan, he was going to hand the ball to number 25. Probably wish they'd have called that now.
No doubt. It'll be 3rd down and 38. Gibson back into the game. Looks to his right, has some pressure, stops, throws off his back foot to a receiver wide open. That's Mr. Eubanks, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is.
35 yards off his back foot, man. 35 yards off his back foot. I guess that would be why he would be the number 6 quarterback in the country.
See, there's 5 guys ahead of him who don't throw off their back leg.
I don't know what they do, but I tell you what, from what I've seen, they have to be pretty sporty.
It's going to be 4th down and less than 5. We're not going to attempt a field goal. No, sir. We're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th down, and let's just call it 5 for argument's sake. Gibson. Well, there's no flag on the play, but there's definitely a timeout on the field.
Travis Rowland did not like what he was seeing there.
The Buccaneers call a timeout.
Coach, it's not just the play. It's not just the players that are under duress in a big game like this. It's the coaching staff too.
Only the head coach can call timeout these days. So you have to go to the official and say that. I know when I was an assistant at Atlantic, I tried to call timeout, and they said, Coach, only the head coach. And I said, well, I used to be a head coach.
Does that count for anything?
No, sir, does not.
Well, that situation came up in a college game this past weekend where a coach came running down and called it, and the referee said, well, I can't turn around and see who it was that called the timeout.
And it was a scoring play.
It was a scoring play, indeed.
That happened in the Jets game.
That's what it was. It was a pro game. That's exactly what it was.
It happened in the Jets, and Ryan was going, I didn't call a timeout. And the coach said, I heard it.
Right.
And the OC was going,
he's trying to hide.
Because they made the field goal. They missed the field goal. Either way, it didn't sit well with the Jets people because it was against them. 4th and 5 for the Patriots. Here come the Bucs. Here come the Bucs, and there go the Patriots for a 1st down. I was just about to say I would have attempted a field goal because there's probably going to be a flag somewhere.
Well, I would have given him the professional courtesy on the 1-yard line, on the goal line stand, to try to draw him off and get another foot, so maybe my quarterback can just push 1 foot into the end zone, and I think it's a great call.
So we have 1st and goal from inside the 5. We'll call it the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. From the 4 for the Patriots.
I'm sorry, Coach.
That's okay.
The play clock is not running, and typically it is when Mainland plays. It has been all night. Well, they're going to mark it ready again.
Coach Oakham, Coach Duncan at D-Land used to have a call we would make on defense, ADO, attention to draw off sides, and we would be in a situation like that anytime it was 4th, 3rd, or whatever, in less than 5, it'd be, ADO was being screamed from the sideline, just as a reminder to your kids, just in their mind, hey, just set in here, let's go on the ball, and it's just, you put things in place to try to keep that from happening. This is a critical point in the game, and all these points are going to be contested, pretty toughly.
All this action, and there's still 5 minutes remaining in the 1st half. American Heritage knocking on the door. It's 1st and goal. They trail the Buccaneers by a score of 14-9. I wasn't at last year's game, but just judging by the score, 6-0, we've already surpassed that. But I wonder if it was just as seesaw-y or as exciting as this game is today.
I don't think you can, I don't know about exciting, but I've not seen a lot of 6-0 games that are exciting. Now, I've seen some well played, but as far as exciting, it's hard to be exciting at 6-0, I would think. But We don't have that tonight.
So the teams will come back on the field following the officials' timeout. To be first and goal for the Patriots from the Mainland 4-yard line. Gibson in shotgun set. He'll have 3 receivers to his left. Taylor in the backfield. Under pressure.
Wow.
He's going to outrun everybody.
Can he roll, Coach?
And again, a shoe on the field. That is twice now that Avery Walker has lost his shoe on this drive.
I would wager to say that happens very, very seldom to Mainland, where somebody is in place to kind of make the play and just gets outran by a bigger player.
Was it just a bad angle by Fagan? Because he was the guy that got outrun to the defensive left.
Well, he didn't just outrun Fagan. There were some other guys out there too, and nobody seemed to get there. And he's really got some jets.
Milstein on to attempt the point after.
Seems to get it going quick for a long guy too, Coach.
He does. He's been running and looking. That time he was just running.
Ran.
And it was obvious.
Kick is up and good. American Heritage gets the lead right back. 16-14 over the Buccaneers, and we're still in the first half.
A lot better up here than down there, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Fagan at the time was just being manhandled by Mark Kasdan and gave Gibson enough time to find the end zone. Milstein ready to kick off from his 40-yard line. Killens back deep to receive for the Buccaneers, along with Wilfred Taylor. We have flags on the play, gentlemen. Offsides on the kicking team. How many is that, Coach? First half.
I was going to save it for a halftime, but I'll give you an update. That is.
How about, is it odd or even?
It is 10 penalties against American Heritage and 13 penalties against Mainland High School, for a total of 23 penalties in less than 24 minutes.
Wow.
And we still have a second half of football to play. Awesome. So once again, Milstein will kick off, this time from his 35-yard line. Killens and Taylor are up now to their 10. Pooch kick to the right, fielded at the 34-yard line.
Oh, this could have been a real collision there. Well executed.
Tyler Gordon was looking to deliver the knockout punch, Coach.
Well executed kick. I tell you what, though, we got good field position here for Mainland. And I am not in a position to see the time remaining.
Just about 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 49 seconds.
We have time for 5 more penalties.
Cynical. Houston.
Realistic.
One-word answers. So it'll be Houston standing by himself.
Cover 0, full man-to-man coverage here unless somebody's going to bail at the end.
Quarterback draw.
Great call against that.
Houston got green grass in front of him. He's down to the 30, the 25, and will step out of bounds.
Flag.
There's one.
That'll come back on the holding.
Great call against zero coverage. Nobody for the quarterback in that coverage. If he breaks free, there's no, everybody's running with people. They can't see him. Oh,
Houston
goodness.
steps out of bounds at the 24-yard line, but that's coming back. The penalty will be holding against the Buccaneers.
That's right. I hear the fans yelling, keep your flag in the pocket.
That'll fall on deaf ears.
Penalty will move the Buccaneers back to their 29-yard line, where it will be first, and we'll call it 19.
Empty set again for the Bucs.
Zero again for the Patriots, it would appear.
Oh, and we're going to have movement. False start. False start will be the call against the Bucs. Wilfred Taylor got a little antsy. 5 more yards.
Excuse me, Coach.
That's right.
15 penalties against Mainland High School here in the first half. 10 against American Heritage.
Hard to win big games with 15 penalties, guys. I mean, even if the other team's getting 10, it's
hard to watch.
Hard to watch, indeed, Coach.
Go.
Houston looks to his right, pumps to the right, getting a lot of pressure. Tries to spin out, eludes a couple guys, picks up a big block, and he will step out of bounds.
Wisely,
at the 27-yard line.
Wisely stepping out of bounds there.
That had the look of a big blow.
Got a helmet off way down here. We're going to send number 13 out for a
Just
play. They are.
Ridiculous.
How did his helmet come off? Number 6 pulled it off.
Second one of those tonight. Coach, you're not going to win state championships with kids out there pulling people's helmets off. I'm sorry. That's just a lack of discipline. And that's no... it's not an indictment of anybody other than the kids that are pulling those helmets off, but that's going to hurt your football team.
On that scramble, Houston got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be second down. And 19 with flags on the play. We're going to get a delay of game call. Is that possible? It's a delay of game call. But one official is saying that the Mainland Buccaneers call timeout first. So we have timeout called by the Buccaneers. We're going to take a timeout as well so we can sort through some things. We'll be right back.
Going to start it.
Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. American Heritage leading Mainland by a score of 16-14. Second down for the Bucs. Houston's going to take it on the quarterback draw right up the gut. He'll be tackled at the 44-yard line. In on the stop is Bradley Clement. 3:56 to go and counting. 3rd down and 5 for the Buccaneers. The Bucs again in an empty backfield set. Houston looks across the middle, has a wide open receiver. It's going to be a foot race. Great movement by Kalo Hanna at the 30. He'll be brought down after a big gain at the 24-yard line.
That'll be a good play to go on Kalo Hanna's highlight reel right there. He did a fine job of avoiding number 1 a couple of times there, that all-star cornerback.
He's quite speedy.
He is.
Kalo Hanna just takes the pitch and catch at that big emblem and picks up another 20 yards. It'll be 1st down for Mainland from the American Heritage 24-yard line. Houston on a quarterback draw, comes near side, has no room, is going to reverse field. Has a couple blockers. And although Anthony Neslett gave chase, he gave up. Houston steps out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
I'll bet when Denzel Houston was a kid, a young kid, and they played tag, he was never in.
He was never in his right.
He has a sense.
The officials are talking with a whole mess of people. I guess they're talking to the American Heritage cheerleaders or the chain crew.
They might be asking for some ice for their arms.
It's going to be 2nd down, and we're going to call it 4 for the Buccaneers.
Nobody on number 6, Adrian Killens, for any length here.
Mainland staying in the empty backfield set.
The way they've decided to play this with a 4-1 defense, it's just been quarterback draw.
They brought an extra one.
Patriots.
Yep, they brought an extra one there.
Plenty of time. Touchdown.
He needed to keep coming. He stopped.
Touchdown. Kalo Hanna. Well deserved after picking up all those yards on a couple plays previous.
They brought the extra man here and he stopped in the hole. Don't get halfway. They beat Deontay Fair.
Baudette in to attempt the point after. The kick is up, and it's good. Mainland regains the lead. It's now 21-16, the Buccaneers over the Patriots.
Coach, minus the penalties, this would be an awesome game. See, they bring the extra, they bring the 6th defender, and he stops in the hole in no man's land. He needed to just keep coming. They had a good thing dialed up there.
A little over 3 minutes ago in the first period, 21-16 your score. Mainland back on top, leading the American Heritage Patriots 21-16. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time, guys. It's still the first half. So throw that out there. But that's what all of that does to you, I guess.
I think you're absolutely correct.
Oh, trickeration. Here it comes. I feel it. Trick play. They're all pointing to somebody.
Goes as planned. They'll kick it over here to number 4.
Pooch again to the near side. And once again, Narvis Poe. And a flag on the play, gentlemen, at the 20-yard line. Please tell me that just fell out of your pocket. Okay. It'll be 1st and 10 Patriots from their 33-yard line. They trail the Mainland Buccaneers 21-16. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum from Municipal Stadium. Still looking for that breeze from last night, guys.
Not going to find it.
Taylor once again in the backfield with Gibson. Gibson gonna look to throw deep. Has the receiver, Janarvis Poe.
Wow.
Just overthrown.
I'm surprised the safety on this side is staying on the hash. There's a single receiver running a go route, and the quarterback's really not looking anywhere but there, and he's just running down the hash there.
They're kicking that coverage, Coach. They're trying to leave that number 3 a little bit uncovered, kind of just apexing that linebacker, and I think they're trying to get help to that side, almost like a half a rotation, not a full rotation, but a kind of a half a rotation.
Fagan and Gregory were on the coverage.
And Mainland switches up and brings Dotson over on the solo side.
Gibson fakes the handoff, looks downfield, pumps again. He's going to scramble. No, he's going to throw off his back foot. He's throwing downfield to the big tight end. In and out of the hands again.
Westbrook. A.J. Westbrook on the coverage, I believe.
Well, that ball's in the air that long, you're just going to have some bodies get there. But I'll tell you this, American Heritage is not afraid to throw the football down the field.
I think they say, let's throw it up and let our receivers make a play, and they've made some tonight.
Right.
But, guys, he's throwing that time to a 6'6", 205-pound tight end.
And I think he's bigger than 205. He's a big kid. They're
3rd and 10, American Heritage. From their 33-yard line. Buccaneers pressuring Gibson. Gibson's going to roll to his right. He's probably going to keep it. Throws last second. Ill-advised pass. It's intercepted by Cyrus Fagan. Fagan down the sideline. And he will get tackled out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Rolling right, throwing left. That's a dangerous throw, and he's made some tonight.
And late.
And Mainland's making him pay now. That's a big play.
I thought for sure he was going to just tuck it and take it. And you would think that of a guy that's ranked as high as he is in the country and get as many offers as he does.
Right.
But he's still a kid, right, Coach Yoakum?
He is still a kid.
1st and 10 Mainland from the American Heritage 40-yard line.
Quarterback draw, maybe? We have no middle linebacker now.
The Patriots in a press coverage.
I think they're going to drop the end out of here and maybe go with that 2-man rush, maybe 3 here. Nope, they're bringing on 4.
Quarterback draw, Coach Yoakum, you were correct. Houston bounces off some tacklers, stays on his feet, goes out of bounds after a gain of almost 10, and takes the ball down to the 31-yard line.
Need to coach up those guys running the down markers over there and let them lay down when somebody's coming out of bounds.
Yes, sir.
They'll figure it out. It only takes one time. It'll be 2nd and 1. Mainland stays empty backfield.
Five under man, 2 deep zone, 4 rushers, no linebacker.
Houston looks to his left. He's going to throw
Got
deep.
him running wide open.
Wide open receiver behind the secondary. Touchdown. Halo Hannah, back-to-back receptions.
They found a matchup over there they like. Halo Hannah has awakened. So has Denzel Houston. And playing with some confidence now. They found something they like in that empty backfield set, and I think what they found is some matchup stuff and running Denzel both in combination. It's working for him right now.
Audette's point after is good.
Good by Hooray.
28-16, Mainland leads American Heritage.
Just a double go. And it looks like in that set there, they've moved a linebacker out there. He's listed as 225 on the roster. I can just tell you right now,
Advantage Mainland.
He is not going to run with that young man.
2:15 remaining in the first period. Excuse me, first half. Mainland with a 12-point lead over American Heritage, 28-16.
I think it's interesting on these pooch kicks, Coach. It just shows you the confidence level that the skill kids from American Heritage have. They're not fair catching it, and they know that they're going to catch it. He's trying to just, if he can make the one miss, the line is gone. There's nothing behind it. He's trying to return that thing for a touchdown, and it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, and it's not out of the realm of possibility he gets his hat laid down.
Correct. Again, that fine line between courage and stupidity, Coach.
Flags on the play. Flag being thrown. Offsides called against the Buccaneers.
They just said it wasn't marked ready for play at this point.
I'm not sure I've ever been involved in any way, player, coach, or otherwise, as in a 2-hour half. And we are approaching that at this time.
We sure are, and then, you know, the kids are playing fast and hard. It is going to be a penalty against the Buccaneers. Their 16th penalty of the first half.
Well, after all that, there's still 2:15 remaining in the first half. Baudette will kick off now from his 35-yard line. Driving kick, fielded at the 7-yard line. There goes Dante Fair. He's got a blocker. He's got a few blockers. He's going to come near side. That's a touchdown.
He's going to the house.
Oh,
that's
nice
all right.
Move.
He'll still go to the house, jogging. Wow.
And there's a flag on the play, but he just picked it up. I don't know if you saw that. The official threw his flag and picked it up. There's an injured Buccaneer on the field.
Once again, that role reversal, Coach. This is generally how it goes on the other side. What a football game.
That's a great one.
Let the kids play.
Mainland decided let's kick her deep, and I don't think they'll decide that anymore. That's probably done. Here we go.
He takes it from the numbers on this side all the way to the other sideline.
Great block by the other return man right there, all the way down the field.
Wow.
Injured Buck on the play. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. Mainland leads by a score of 28-22. Point after is pending. Guys, I don't know if you noticed who came off the field. The injured player was the kicker, Peter Paudette. Injured on the play was the kicker. Milstein. His kick is up, and it's good. American Heritage is now only down by 5. Mainland leads by a score of 28-23.
And all that momentum, all the momentum that was built up here now is swamped.
Just under 2 minutes remaining. We're still in the first half of a very exciting game. For all intents and purposes, the only downfall, we will all agree, the guys who are supposed to be impartial are being very partial.
Yeah, and last year this game had 6 points in it in the whole football game. We have 51 in the first half tonight. That's pretty incredible.
Again, 28-23 your score. Mainland leading American Heritage. We've had just about everything, guys. Kickoff returns for touchdowns.
Safety.
Long plays, safeties. Multiple penalties. We've had a scoop and score.
Injuries.
We've had it all. Milstein.
That's gone. Nice kick. I don't think we can discard the injury to the kicker as we move toward the second half for Mainland. You never like to lose anybody, but...
Yeah, he's seated right here on the end of the bench right in front of us, and there's a couple assistant trainers. I don't see a doctor or anybody talking with him, but...
Well, that could be a good thing, or at least an okay thing. Houston will come out again in an empty backfield. Mainland 5 wide. Houston's going to keep the ball come near side. He's got his receivers blocking for him, but he'll just go out of bounds. He'll go out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Flag hit out of bounds, I would say.
Play.
That time American Heritage brought a corner blitz from the top of the field over there on the far side, and Houston ran this way, away from the blitz. He was tackled out of bounds, late hit. Only the third penalty in the second quarter for American Heritage after 8 in the first quarter.
Coach Allen, the two sides of the pro teams, it's Detroit and Pittsburgh.
So, how could we use the Lions and the Steelers to break the code?
We'll figure it out.
I have a sarcastic one, but I'm going to keep it to myself.
We got time. We have a whole second half of football
We've
still.
got another 2 hours.
First and 10 Mainland from their 40-yard line.
Coach Yoakum, do we need to renegotiate our contract per word?
I don't know. I know we need to order dinner.
No doubt.
Breakfast. Houston's going to pass near side. Tackle at the 50. As Randy Baker comes up. Limping. We're at the 50.
Cramp.
We're not going to measure for first down, so it'll be second down and short for the Buccaneers. Taylor in motion is going to get the ball.
What a
play, Coach.
Flag on the play. Flag is on the plate at the 45.
Brian Burns has done nothing but impress, Coach. He is a specimen.
Yes, he is. Probably a holding against Mainland, but I wouldn't venture to guess. I guess I did venture to guess.
He did. They're going to get together, they're going to talk about it, and there's going to be no flag on the play. Whatever it is, it's going against Mainland.
Holding.
It'll be 2nd and 8 following the holding penalty against the Buccaneers.
10th penalty of the quarter for Mainland.
Wow.
Houston looking, getting pressure. Going to run around, find an open receiver, and he'll step out of bounds.
Great job by Zach Thomason there, falling back underneath after containing the pass rush.
Kalo Hanna on the reception for the Buccaneers. Still in the first half. Again, the score, Mainland 28, American Heritage 23.
It seems impossible that we're still in the first half.
Taylor loses his footing. American Heritage is going to call timeout.
4th down for the Buccaneers.
Mainland will be faced with a 4th down situation.
Coach, it looked like they may have made a little change. Their nose guard was Neslett. He was a little undersized. In this set, it looks like they've moved big George Ellis in there. And George is 6'3", 300. He could be having a little impact on Mainland center here.
He certainly could.
55 seconds remaining in the first half. 28-23 your score. Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. It's now Sunday. I guess things could be worse. We could have his hair.
Good point. He's in my class.
Good kid.
He's got hair.
Yeah, correct.
The three of us have a set of hair.
Between us? Oh.
We have hair enough for a person between the three of us.
Oh, do we count chest or do we get other? I mean, you know. Cause
it'll be 4th down for the Buccaneers, Coach.
Moving along.
They're going to punt the ball away.
Oh, we got a little swinging gate look here.
Mm-hmm.
Kai Polite standing at his 29.
We better hope the gate doesn't. There we
It is
go.
fake, and they're going to run it that way, and they're
Kevin
not
McCrary
going
is
to
gonna
get
get
there.
stopped.
It's going to go nowhere.
Wow.
Coach Yoakum.
Wow.
That is on line with the screen pass in the end zone where we throw it 40 yards. I got to tell you, I might as well just say it. I'm going to question that.
Especially only up 5.
Yes, when they've just gotten the momentum, when you are looking at, basically a 2-score game and you let them return the kick, and now you're going to give them the ball on the downhill side.
And you return first when we come back on Monday. I mean, there's a lot of things going on.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm sweating like I just played 4 quarters. First, leave it alone.
How much time's left, Coach?
1st and 10. We're going to be probably in the 50-second range. Gibson feels the pressure. He's going to roll to his left. He'll probably throw
He
it
gets around this, it's trouble.
He's got a blocker in front of him. Great job of blocking by Brandon Johnson as Gibson steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line of Mainland High School.
Elbows and knees and a lot of them, and I don't know. he's just picked up his game as the game has progressed.
Agreed. I think both quarterbacks, you can say that about.
Yes. Houston's impressed me considerably tonight with his poise.
Got that sweat going. I think they're in the flow of the game. They've both found some things they could be successful with. They feel better about it.
1st and 10. Gibson by himself.
Mainland's changed the coverage.
Here come the Buccaneers. There goes Gibson rolling to his right. Still rolling. Has a receiver wide open.
Oh, my goodness.
The cornerback committed
Touchdown
to Gibson. Gibson finds a wide open receiver.
Did he come off the sideline, or was he just open?
Blair Barrow.
Well, Coach, they've changed their coverage, and what's been happening on the escape is that outside linebacker's kind of been apexing, and they put that guy in coverage, put the guy on the edge, and once he got to the edge, there's nobody there.
Gibson rolls to his right. Oh. That corner did commit. I mean, he was...
Blair Barrow, great job opening up and finishing the run.
Best punt with less than a minute to go.
With 4 minutes to go, it looked like it was just going to be Mainland's just going to run off with it, and the momentum has just shifted completely.
Milstein's kick is up and good. And with that point after, Mainland is now down 30-28 to American Heritage.
Coach Gahagan, we've been joined in the box by a legend.
First one to give him that, brother. First one to give him that. 28 seconds remaining in this first half of football.
Right. Okay. Boy, this thing has completely changed, Coach.
It has, and
at halftime, we will be joined by Seabury's head coach, Mark Beach, who played last night.
He coached last night. His players played.
He played. He played. Trust me. He played.
Mainland's anticipating the onside kick.
That should have been done moons ago.
Coach, we're going to drop it down here on about the 10-yard line, just inside the numbers, and let that thing screw around on the ground a little bit. It's what we'd be trying to do right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to kick this in the end zone either. I'd want to just kick it on down there, but he may boomer.
Milstein. That ball is going to be fielded at the 1. Here come the Bucks. Tackle made at the 15-yard line. That's Miles Eddy on the stop.
5'10", 190 linebacker down there on the tackling these speedy return guys.
Mainland will have the ball on their 15-yard line with 23 seconds to go, trailing American Heritage by a score of 30-28. Mainland staying with their empty backfield, 5 receivers. American Heritage will rush 3. Houston under pressure. He's got green grass in front of him. He'll step out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Baker got away with a potential block in the back.
Yes.
So Houston goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Do you think that fatigue's going to become a factor for the officials?
Maybe for the officials.
Taylor in motion. They're going to run a reverse. Kalo Hanna will wisely go out of bounds. Chased out of bounds by Jarrett Alfaro and Andre Jumper.
Coach, I believe you almost defeat the purpose running a double reverse against a team that's so speedy.
Right, you want them to go one way and then flow back against them. But
Yep, I agree. Coach, I'm telling you, George Ellis has dug in there at that nose guard, and I guarantee you that Rashad Tow Truck Harris is getting his money's worth right now.
Rashad was 6 foot when the game started. He's going to finish at about 5'9".
Right.
All kinds of time. Has the receiver wide open in the middle.
Oh, goodness.
Will
Excuse me,
Collins.
Bill. I'm sorry that I got a little excited. You could see that one coming from just a minute away.
Will Collins.
And look who's
meet
got
Nick
the spring
Furt.
in their step now.
Meet Nick Furt. So at the end of the first half, finally, American Heritage 30, Mainland 28. When we come back, we will talk to Seabury's head coach, Mark Beach. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. The first half has finally ended, and it's only October 3rd. Mainland finds themselves down 30-28, Coach Allen. First half thoughts?
Well, it was a great half football-wise. The penalty thing is just incredible. The amount of time it's it's taken to play this half it's hard not to make note of. The 58 points, over 30 penalties. It's been a little sloppy at times, but the athleticism is obvious, and it's awesome to watch. I just think that Mainland could have managed the game a little bit better and put themselves in some spots, with the screen pass in the end zone, and that gives them a safety, and then they kind of turn around and give up a kickoff return, and then after that, when momentum they still may have a little bit of momentum, they fake the punt, and I think they've kind of from a decision-making standpoint, put themselves in the spot that they're in, because they were up 28-16, is that correct?
Yes.
And it looked good. Momentum was with them, and everything's going their way. Their kids, you could see their sideline. They had some step in their stride, and everybody felt good. And when this thing ended, when that half ended, the white bunch on the other side, they came spry off the sideline. They were, on their toes, feeling good, and the other bunch just kind of meandered off. So I think we had a big change. I'll be interested to see how the second half starts and what impact that has.
No doubt. Coach Yoakum, we've seen a little bit of everything in this game. You've been keeping some tallies. What do you think is the biggest difference in this game and a game of this magnitude that is, that the players are having an outcome in?
Well, it's just disappointing to see all the penalties. Some of them are certainly deserved, but Mainland High School has 18 penalties in 24 minutes of football, and American Heritage had 8 penalties in the first half. First quarter, they cut it down to 3. To me, the difference in the ball game is the kicking game. The kickoff return for the touchdown and the attempted fake punt just before half. There's 2. So that's 14 points right there for the Patriots that they probably shouldn't have had, but they've made some nice plays.
We are joined by Seabreeze head coach Mark Beach. Coach Beach, you've been here the whole game. What are your thoughts on the first half?
You guys hit it on the head with the penalties, and both teams have so much speed and big play potential and you're seeing that. Mainland hit him with some big plays. Denzel's using his legs, and there's great speed. There's as much speed out here tonight as there will be tomorrow when Bethune-Cookman and FIT take the field.
Last year the game was 6-0 in favor of American Heritage. It's already 30-28. Were you at last year's game?
I didn't drive to
Plantation.
You didn't?
No, sir.
Oh, I'm surprised. You like to go and support as many teams as you can. Well, last night you guys were here. Bartram Trail. You played them to a 49-36 game, I believe. The year before, you had the horses. Josh Stevens, Charles Nelson. We talked about it yesterday. What's been the difference in this team that you're with? Because you're at 1-4, 1-0 in the district, though. What's been the difference this year in this squad versus teams of the past?
We're hurting ourselves with penalties and whatever mistakes that come back to bite us, and you can't do that. Versus the land, we had the ball twice inside the 5 and didn't capitalize. Had the ball on the ground inside the 5 last night, had to settle for a field goal, had a couple penalties that cost us some field position, and gave up a blocked punt, which we try to pride ourselves on our special teams. But these kids are working extremely hard. We're just not getting the bounces and not creating our own bounces. So we're still looking ahead. We got Cocoa coming up in 2 weeks, and then we're in the district play for 3 straight games, and those are the ones that we got to win to get in the playoffs. And who knows? We beat Bartram last year. They were 0-5 and made a run, and I keep leaning on that because there's an opportunity for us.
How big is the loss of Jeremiah Wilson?
His leadership. He's a great leader. He's got a ton of experience. He played as a sophomore and a junior, and he's a competitor. And he's rehabbing, and we'll see what happens.
You and Coach Sutherland are pretty good friends, I would have to guess. we talked, it was kind of tongue-in-cheek today, but you have to be happy for Coach Sutherland. He won his 100th game. Unfortunately, it was against you. You know, you guys are, I'm sure there was a little bit of back and forth.
You know, he's a great guy and a role model for his team. He's had he's been there 15 years. He started the program, and he's a great guy. Deserves every bit of that. Do I like giving him the 100th win? No, but he deserves it. He's worked extremely hard to get there, and someday, hopefully, I can get there.
Well, Coach Gahagan, I think Coach Beach is being a little modest. I don't think he's very far away.
Coach Beach, can I ask Coach Beach a question?
Absolutely.
Coach Beach, tell me your thinking on scheduling Coco for homecoming.
Well, before that, how about this one? How glad are you that the bye week is here before you have to play Coco for homecoming?
Well, I make the schedule. I don't make the homecoming schedule. That's up to the activities director. She doesn't really care who we play because it doesn't. She just worried about a venue.
Doesn't go on her record.
It doesn't go on her record. But it is what it is. Coco actually gets to come to Daytona for 2 homecomings. That was in Atlanta. So Johnny's going to be really happy about that.
You're listening to Mainland and American Heritage. The Patriots lead the Buccaneers by a score of 30-28. We're at halftime. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. We're joined by Seabreeze head coach Mark Beach. Coach, you're sitting at 1-0 in the district. It was a big win against New Smyrna Beach. For all intents and purposes, we know that everybody's really playing for second place. Are you worried with 2 games left in the district?
Well, you can't overlook anybody. And we're sitting at 1-4. We're sitting at 1-4. We're not going to overlook anybody. I mean, we got to play Coco and then get ready for Deltona, which is a game we've got to win, and Pine Ridge, which we've got coaches at tonight. And then, if it happens and we get to play Mainland for the district title, then so be it. We're going to give them their best shot. But we got to take care of what we got to take care of first. We got to beat Deltona and beat Pine Ridge.
Well, you know how close the fraternity of coaches is. We all like having a good time with each other, and we know it's a rough year for you, but we're all pulling for you and the St. Raps.
I appreciate it. Any trick plays or any plays you want to give me, I'm open for suggestions.
Get an analyst job. I'm undefeated up here, and it's much less stressful. I got to tell you, Coach.
I did go to a golf match the other day with Coach Bailey. It's pretty easy riding around asking if they want crackers and Gatorade.
Absolutely.
And he didn't look like he was too stressed.
After having 2 or 3 stints as a golf coach, I can tell you that it's one of the best jobs out there, as you well know, and you can work on your game. And I remember the first golf match I took the kids to, that one of the kids poked me in the ribs and said, "Coach, what are you so serious about?" And I said, "Well, I'm just, want us to do well." And he said, "Coach, this is only golf." So, anyway, Matt Avery here tonight, great golfer from Mainland High School, and there'll be plenty of time for golf after we get these playoffs done.
That's right. Well, hopefully we can put it together, find some things that work, get our chances, and get in the playoffs. And you never know. The year that we went to the semis, we ended the year 5-5.
So, me too.
Coach Allen, I think, running clock this one year, that year. And we got it together and found a way. So that's what our goal is.
Well, like I said before, Coach, we're all pulling for you. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the game. Maybe we'll be done before everyone has to go back to school on Tuesday. Again, end of the first half, American Heritage leads Mainland by a score of 30-28. We'll be back.